We want to thank the Winfrey for putting all of our acts up there. I do want all of you to know that the Don Shula restaurant is not open yet, even though Ryan keeps holding up signs. He'll actually count down the days and the hours to the opening of that. So if you have any questions about that, I'm sure Ryan will put a ticker up on the website.
Or is he going to call in every day with a countdown?
He should. I mean, almost like a tribute to the late school closing time.
I know.
Where's Tony when you need him?
And he can cough and everything.
Sure, he's a good cough.
Yes, he does. Is he making any progress on that? You know, Rodney, is he all right?
We're trying to act like that he did not pass out on the air.
Right here.
Yeah.
Disturbing video. Did you see that? Wow. Almost as disturbing as Speedy trying to save him.
Yeah. Why don't we give a copy of that to Channel 24 and let them show it?
No, let's not do that, Rick. Because I just saw what it, looks like for me and Ryan to roll around together on the floor.
Yeah. That's precious, I'll tell you that.
And me play with his hair. That's just not pretty.
No.
It was the angle.
Yeah.
Okay. It was. If you would have saw that seizure look I was getting, I mean, sure. I was talking him out of it. Yeah. It looked like I was,
trying to get a date. But anyway.
Yeah.
Sure.
How about the rescue is more uncomfortable than him fainting and hitting his head like a 2x4 on that desk.
Yes. I've got a joke here, and I think I'm going to pass on it. It's a good one, though. Let me tell you.
I know. Let's just keep.
Yeah, but I think it'll spawn a lot of emails, so I think I'll let it go. So I'm getting better.
Let's go to the phone tree.
Okay.
Let's troll.
Boy, they let up.
All right. I think that may be the best thing to do at this time.
Yes.
30 seconds and 30 seconds only. This allows
where the skill of the professionals really coming in.
Right. Like turning a phone tro out at the drop of a hat, since there's no calls up there. So we'll do that. All right.
That's called faith.
Yeah, faith. We take a step of faith that these trolls will bring something to the table. At the end of 30 seconds, you'll hear that. And that'll be the end of the phone call. This allows the largest number of people on the show in the shortest amount of time, thus the name Phone Tro. Not designed for shout-outs, meaningless information, or shameless plugs. It's for questions, comments, information, trolling.
Keep them phones a trolling.
Here we come, phone trolling. Phone Tro! Hi, you're on the Rick and Bubba Show. You got 30 seconds. Go ahead.
I've got an intern name.
Okay.
Lizzie McSquire.
You know, that's pretty good. Her name's Elizabeth Mixon, the new intern, Lizzie McSquire.
Right.
For Lizzie McGuire.
Well, that's hard for me to say.
You know, she's dumped Disney, too, for her own gig now.
Well, see, that's great.
Yeah, so that's not bad. All right, we'll have that coming
We'll
up
introduce
later.
her to you maybe next segment.
Yeah. Hi, Rick and Bubba Show. This is Donnie in Murfreesboro. 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Gentlemen, what's up? Y'all were talking about the worst movies ever earlier.
Yes.
The movie that come out, The Thin Red Line, a few years ago, worst movie ever made.
You know, I don't even remember that movie.
John Travolta, George Clooney, everybody in it. Worst movie ever made.
Yeah, it was one of those where they make you believe a lot of stars are in it, but all of them only talk about 2 seconds each.
Yep. By far the worst movie ever.
Yeah, that is why. All right, let's continue. Lisa in Meridian, Mississippi. 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Yeah, I needed to ask Rick, did Todd Jones get his advice this time when he moved?
Did he get advice from me when he went to the Boston Red Sox?
Yeah.
Well, let me say this. No, but without my advice, he would not be playing for the Boston Red Sox. He'd still be on the loser Detroit Tigers in oblivion.
What, have you actually heard from him since he moved?
Yes.
Cashing his $5 million a year check.
Yes, I have. I have talked to him. Matter of fact, about I guess a week ago, and he's doing great.
We love Todd. Good guy.
He's doing real good, and has a chance to maybe play for a championship.
Wow.
You know,
exciting.
Money's not everything.
I know.
Hi, Rick and Bubba Show.
Especially when everybody wants it.
Right. 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Hey, Rick?
Yes.
Hey, this is Maury the drummer. How are you?
Hey, Maury the drummer.
Hey, listen, the worst movies list that you were talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Space Mutiny is a great movie. Have y'all seen that?
No, I haven't, but I'm not shocked that you have. So
hey, wait a minute.
Well, no, I've met you, and that's not surprising to me.
Listen, that movie was on that Mystery Science Theater show. Have y'all seen that one?
We love that show, yeah.
And if there's a scene in there where a girl dies...
We'll never know.
Apparently she didn't have a watch.
To Atlanta, Richard standing by. 30 seconds. Go, Richard.
Hey, guys, just wanted to tell you how much we enjoy the show over here. Wish we could get you on some stations over here.
Well, you know, we're going to be coming to a Braves game September 19th. I think we're going to do the show there in Atlanta and then stick around that night for the game and have a big fan appreciation deal. So be listening for that and watching, too.
I tell you, whatever we need to do to get you on some of the morning shows over here, the morning shows over here are horrible. And I just really like you guys. Watch you on Turner South whenever I get a chance.
Hey, I sure do appreciate that, buddy. Thanks. Staying in Atlanta, Jay, 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Hey, Jay.
I was calling about the Ten Commandments in the lobby.
Yes.
And I do think that they should probably pull that because we need to have that separation of church and state. I'm a Christian, but I know not everybody in Montgomery is. And I think probably he should put it in a public space, you know, like a park or something like that.
Time out.
All right.
Time out.
We're gonna call a timeout on this one. Where do I usually press for timeout? I've even forgot. There.
Hello. There it is.
Hello?
Yeah. We're gonna give you a
Jay?
timeout.
Jay?
Okay, yeah.
Are you very young, Jay?
Not very young, no.
In your 20s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Late 20s.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, all of this. You had mentioned the separation of church and state. Now, where in the Constitution is that?
Well, I don't know
You can just give me the line or article it's in. I'll go from there. I missed that. Well, where is it at?
I don't know that it's in the Constitution.
Okay, well then we probably shouldn't say it's in there. It's called the Establishment
No, I didn't
Clause.
say it was in the Constitution. What I said is that we should keep church and state separate.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying that some people are saying that and acting like it is. It's called the Establishment Clause. And it says that our government will not force us to be a particular religion.
Right.
Now, that does not mean that you are outlawed from believing in God, even if you are in public service.
Oh, no, again, I am a Christian. I don't think that he should be barred from believing whatever he believes. And I don't think that, you know, I'm not against him having the Ten Commandments. What I don't agree with is him having it in the public government space that he has it in. In other words, probably it should be put in a park or, you know, something like that. I don't know.
Well, that's public
I don't know that
space, too.
everybody that goes into that building is going to be a Christian. Is going to be appreciative of having that right there in the building.
Well, even if you get into taking it a step further and believing that Jesus Christ is the Messiah, the Ten Commandments is, you know, Old Testament, and so the Christian part of it really doesn't even come into play. But the bottom line is you know, our founding fathers, and I think it's obvious when you look at, you know, our government buildings and our money, that what they were talking about is that the government would not establish a domination that everybody had to go by. They absolutely recognized one living God and basically built everything around it, including the law.
I agree with what you're saying, and I think that what you're saying is valid. What I guess what I'm saying and what other people are saying, and the reason he has to pull it is not everybody in our great country shares that belief.
But that really doesn't matter. That was never.
If it doesn't matter, then why have it there?
Well, I guess you could flip it around and say, if it doesn't matter, why can't I have it there? If you just take religion completely out of it, wouldn't you agree that the Ten Commandments is the general outline and the basis for our law?
Yes.
Okay.
Then look at it as a historical figure then.
Let me tell you this. I hope that I will be tried by somebody who adheres to the Ten Commandments, because that means they're going to judge me fairly.
I think that all of us would agree with that, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely think
what I'm saying is, what horrible evil are those Ten Commandments doing?
It's not.
No.
It's not. It's not. But if he had a picture of, let's say, Castro up there,
right,
will we be having this talk?
Well, Castro...
You know,
our law is not based on Castro.
Right,
I don't follow that comparison.
Could we say that that's freedom of speech?
See,
well, it's not a freedom of speech issue, really.
Of course it is.
No, I don't think it is. I think it is a basis for our law, where it came from. I think it's an outline of that.
I think that you could put a spin on any of that. He could easily say that a picture of Castro is freedom of speech, freedom of press, base laws in the Constitution.
Let me ask you this. Supreme Court building also refers to God. Our money refers to God. Should we take that off, too?
No.
Okay, what's the difference?
I think that...
I mean, we got to be consistent on this.
Yeah,
right.
We either need to completely banish even saying the word God from our country, or then people who are Christians or believers, or who... If you want to look at it from historic, I mean, there's several ways to look at it.
I mean, you're forcing people that might not believe in God to carry around money with "In God We Trust," basically saying our whole
country. Carry around the money, they can give it to me.
Yeah, well, see, you got to be consistent. If you're willing to make that stand, then you need to be consistent with it. And
you have to get up there and swear to tell the truth. Well, that
and
you
put
know,
your hand on the
that,
Bible.
Where does that come from? That comes from the Ten Commandments.
You know,
I
you'll
think,
go if you went in a courtroom today, they would make you put your hand on the Bible,
I think
which means they think the Bible stands for something.
I think that what we're having here is a good, open discussion
Right.
about it.
And that's what's
going on.
going
You
on.
guys obviously have, you know, a strong opinion, as well do I. You know, it's not that I'm not a Christian, don't believe in God, don't believe in Christ.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know that it's that building is the right place to have.
You know, a valid argument, and, you know, it's being discussed. I think it's good for democracy.
Sure.
Exactly.
No doubt.
There just comes a line personally where I'm going to say, you know, I have beliefs, and I think God's teachings on this is very clear. His message is very clear. And there's just a point where I'm tired of being told that I cannot, you know, acknowledge God, who he is, follow his commandments and teachings. And, you know, the country was founded on it. Look again at history. Recorded in the Bible, the countries who took God, turned the other way, were destroyed and left for their own way. I don't want to see that happen to America.
No, and I agree with you, and I know that some people would say that's where we're headed right now.
Yes, I would agree with them.
Thanks, Jay. Appreciate your comment.
No problem, guys. Y'all have a good morning.
You too.
Jay,
Bye.
thanks.
All right, we'll be back.
Democracy, great.
877-WE-BE-BIG is our toll-free number. And that one, he's got a press conference today, and you know, then you get into...
Look, honor your father and mother. You know, that's offensive. I don't know why we'd want to do that.
It even says thou shalt not murder in there. Might want to get that out of there.
How can we have that? Who are they to tell you what you can do with your weapon?
I'd really hate to befriend or have someone rule that follows the Ten Commandments. That's,
well,
that's tough stuff. 34 minutes past the hour, the Rick and Bubba Show. We are back, 877-WE-BE-BIG. Got a new intern we will nickname at the top of next hour. Also, we have guests watching the program today. Ryan Greenwood's brother, Rodney. Rodney Greenwood's watching with Miss JSU, Katie, and her mother, Carolyn. And we'll be talking with them also a little bit coming up. As anytime there's a family member in of anybody that's on the staff, we have to see if we can make them as uncomfortable as possible. So that will be coming up a little bit later, too. We do have more calls about the Roy Moore deal today in Alabama. We'll talk about it a little bit more, too. But we have to acknowledge this morning that Roxanne, news person, and I know a lot of ladies in the audience have been through this anxiety of a major change of hairstyle, even though the anxiety doesn't seem to be enough to stop it because women change their hair all the time. And I know there's a fear, you know, at our house it was the perm of 94 that that I didn't think my wife was going to recover from, but has. But Roxanne, I must say, and Roxanne has been wearing long hair for how long?
20 years.
20 years you've wore your hair, what people would consider to be long hair, and you went to get a haircut yesterday that you were kind of concerned about. You didn't know how it was going to go. But I must say, that is a good look for you. I think it has turned out well, don't you?
Yeah, I do, too.
It's you know what it is? It's sassy. Sassy. She's a little sassy. Oh, she's spicy. Sassy.
Thank you.
No, it looks nice. Do you feel good about it?
Thank you.
What's your feel?
It's a huge adjustment. I want to thank Vanessa Vienna, Cutting Edge, for doing this wonderful job on me. And I have to apologize for behaving a bit immaturely, because when the ponytail went, I had a slight crying jag.
Did you break down?
Which was kind of inappropriate, considering she was trying so hard to make me look far better than I have, which is stuck back in the 80s somewhere. And so the reaction this morning has been great. The people who even know me, they did a double take, and well, you told me, hey, you look like an intern.
I thought you were an intern for the X. But then I realized you didn't have multiple piercings, so I realized that couldn't be.
But a girl needs a change occasionally. I needed a little zip in my life. I'm getting like Bubba and having to put a little gel in my hair is a bit of a change in the morning. So.
Yeah, is it high maintenance to get it ready?
Well, it is when you're not used to it. But really, she said just wear it as messy as possible, and then you have it. So
it's kind of Meg Ryan-ish.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Well, I have to thank Fire Marshal Megan, the sweetest girl on the human planet, because literally she went with me, and I was like, see this girl? I think she's one of the most beautiful women on the planet. I want her hair. I know the rest of me can't look like her when I'm done, but I want her hair. So she went and did that. And I think that's so sweet because women can be kind of, you know, protective of their look.
Oh, yeah. If you go after a woman's look, it can go bad. But
and so I did. I said, I'll admit, I really want to look like you. Will you come with me and help a girl out? And
well, she didn't mind because she knew Roxanne wasn't going to be in Romania anytime soon.
That's right, yeah. Sure. Absolutely.
So she's a doll for doing that. And thank you all so much. And Dee's reactions really thrilled me today.
Dee,
so,
what's up?
Dee? He's
no,
so
I saw her in the hallway.
I
did a double take, and I was like, hey,
right.
oh, that's Roxanne. Sorry. I saw that ring flash in there. I had to look. I'm sorry.
I know. That's all right. Yeah, maybe there was one inappropriate look this morning, but you know, what did Don fire up about it? Your husband?
Well, the thing is, I didn't tell Don, and the girl that cut my hair is a dear, dear friend of his. I mean, they go way, way back. I did not tell him I was going to do this. He's a long hair guy. So I thought,
well, we are too, really, basically. If you just, but I think a nice change.
Yeah, to me, that's not, you know, to me, no offense, you know, some women look good with it.
Yes, they do.
But if you go Peter Pan, that's when I got a problem. You know, because you remember when that woman actually played Peter Pan that time?
Yes.
That's a little short for me. But so Don, you walk in, or he walks in. Who got home first?
Well, I was home first, and I kind of waited at the kitchen table with Hannah, and she was having her meal, and I couldn't eat because this is a huge change, and so I just sort of waited, and he was talking about something, and came and looked at me, and then he did that, you know, double take thing, and then I waited. I was like, oh, what's he gonna think? So he says he likes it, so.
Well, I
see the celebrity hotline is lit up, Rick.
Yes, Megan.
Oh, hey guys.
Hey, Fair Marshal.
How are y'all?
How are you doing?
Good. Roxanne, your hair looks awesome.
Oh, thank you. Now, see, yours is longer. And I was like, Vanessa, hers was longer. She has longer hair. This is really short, so it scares me. But honey, you're the sweetest thing. My mother was like, you mean there's this gorgeous young woman who is going to allow you to totally imitate her, and she's going to go along for this trip? My mother's like, she's got to be awarded the sweetest woman in the world
I'm
award
going to tell you,
to do that.
It's a lot better because I tried to get Bubba to take me down his hairstylist, and he said no thank you. And so, you know, some people protect their look. You know what I mean?
Well, let me tell you, Roxanne, it was an honor to be able to have you come up to me and say, I want your haircut. So.
Well, you're just so beautiful. She laughed, and I was like, now can you make me look like her? You know, totally, I need the total makeover, so maybe we'll go shopping next.
Yeah.
Megan, you got the little flip-up going, too, don't you?
That's the next step. But I just wanted to tell you how beautiful you look.
Oh, thank you. You're so sweet.
And Rick and Bubba, you guys better be good to Elizabeth today.
Oh, yeah, everything's fine. We've got Elizabeth. We're about to nickname her. There've already been some good nicknames come up, so I think she'll do well.
Okay, good. You guys know she's my best friend, right?
Well, that's right. I do remember. You brought her up here one time. Yes, I do. So
well, yeah, we roomed together for a year in our sophomore year.
Oh, we're going to have some great conversation.
Oh, yeah, sure. Thanks, Megan.
Okay, you're welcome.
Bye. Well, so you got to feel good about it. And
I feel better now.
Yeah, you'll have to roll through probably. You know how it always is. You sit there, you get excited, you get a few good emails, and there's always that mean person that tears you apart. You know, they'll be, so don't pay attention to that.
I'm not going
surely
to.
If your husband likes it, that's really all that matters.
Right.
You know, and everybody here, we think it looks nice and it's cool, and so you're good. I'm gonna tell you, when Sherry got hers changed, I didn't think I would like it, and then you know I was shocked at how good she looked, and then
easy.
All right, it's time for a break. I need to call. I got to call the house. But so
you know what I like to use as a barometer. What would Kurt Jarvis say? You know what I mean? He, yeah. So he, you know, because he doesn't mind that you're married. He'll go ahead and compliment your wife anyway, right, Speedy? I mean,
but I tell you, between him and Dunaway.
Oh, I know. Get a pretty good read.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
All right, we'll be back. 877-WE-BE-BIG's the number. Mark Prater will join us next.
Rick and Bubba.
I know, first thing a little bit. 13 minutes to the top. The Rick and Bubba Show. 877-WE-BE-BIG is our number. We're back. Mark Prater standing by. Put our hands together, sing the Mark Prater song, and get him in here appropriately. Here we go. Let's say, well, it's time for the weather. He got it all together. Yes, he does. If it's snow or tornado, yeah. Hear Mark Prater. Oh, it's time for the weather. Ain't nobody better.
Ryan Greenwood in there, a little Motley Crue. I mean, a little flashback. What's up?
Oh yeah, well, you look 9 days to Fat Fest.
Absolutely.
I mean, you know, we got our hair growing long. We got our guitars with distortion.
Now, Fat Fest is next Saturday.
1 week from this Saturday.
Now, Mark, I haven't had a chance to me and you just have a sit down, but you know, are you going to be able to come do some stuff with me?
Well, if Dunaway's going to be there, I got to be there.
Yeah, you can't.
You know, he's not officially part of the show, so I can't let that happen.
You can't. No. Yeah, I mean, you're a Monday through Friday guy. He's just a one-dayer. I mean,
you know,
if a one-dayer's got the spotlight on him and Monday through Friday doesn't, you can't have that.
There's no way. But no, I'm gonna come by there and you know, like I did last year, and just come out and visit a couple times. That'll be it.
Well, it's funny because Kurt Jarvis called, and Greg Burgess has hired him as his bass tech this year. Of course, Kurt didn't know anything about the bass guitar, so that'll be interesting. And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "It just means he's big enough to carry my amp." So Kurt said to Speedy need me to help at all with just anything. He said, "You know how he is. He'll lower." He said, "I just anything I need." I said, "Well, he might need some help." I said, "There's one thing I'd like to ask you to do." I said, "Could Mark Prater ride out on your shoulders?"
Hey, I'd do it too. That'd be frightening.
Just make sure you tell Kurt we don't need any help with, like, you know, making sure the wives are okay. They're covered, and
sure. Betty's great, fine, everybody's good.
Yeah, Terry's fine, but you know, Prater, bring the kids. We'll have plenty of interns, and it'll just be a daycare behind stage.
By the way, I think we're almost ready for that.
That's going to be one show. I'll tell you that much.
But it'll be a lot of fun, and it's an opportunity to get to meet some folks. So hopefully, you know, you'll get a chance to mingle and, you know, get over in the merchandise area, shake a few hands. Y'all need to go ahead and you know, and bring some stuff too to talk about the outdoor show. We'll have to remind everybody about that.
We'll let a wild boar out and you can shoot him.
Sure.
Like he'll just run right across the stage or something.
Yeah, no problem.
What if all of a sudden there was like this open E with distortion, just and all of a sudden you hear bonk, and Ryan played the intro to the On the Hunt, and a wild boar runs out and Prater dives on it. and wrestles it into submission right there.
The only wild boar I hope we have backstage is similar to that we have this morning. Ready to go.
Hey, we got to do a TV shoot afterwards, and the catering service is already here. And
thank you, Vicky.
Hey,
oh, wow.
Vicky.
Wow, look at that.
and it's
I didn't know she was going to do breakfast.
No, and it's not only that, but it's like we got breakfast food, and then we've also got like sweets galore.
We've got it all. I mean, we've got the new intern have brought in cheesecakes, and then we've got our guests bringing in some little dessert stuff.
Nice.
This is a great day. I'm about to cry right here on there.
Man, look at that. It's just a buffet.
Oh yeah, there's so much food in here.
I've been to buffets didn't have this much food.
This is a great day.
We got Rodney Greenwood here. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
Hey, Mark, you grew up in Prattville, so you probably saw them. I bet you, did y'all go down into the Prattville area, the Harmoniers, the Great Southern Gospel?
Oh, they covered the
Harmoniers.
South.
Yeah.
Canny Cuddy Woody did.
Yeah.
Huh? Come on.
Have you ever heard the stories of Ryan Greenwood growing up on a bus with a Southern Gospel band?
Rodney, come on over here.
Tim and Keith are loving this, by the way.
Look,
Turn yourself up right here.
How about little Ryan on the tour bus? And he said so many times his mom and dad could go sit on the bus and behave because he couldn't behave at the church.
He hated it.
Did he?
He hated it.
He hated it. I mean, he's listening to Poison, and y'all are taking him on the Southern Gospel tour.
He thought that was Poison.
You know, that's so funny because I have relatives that was in that group. Ryan and I have traced that back. You know, we've even talked about Harmoniers, the next generation.
Sure.
And, you know, it's just so funny to some of our relatives, Tim and Keith, because they said Ryan hated the instrument. I mean, and when I, you know, told them that he was playing guitar, they couldn't believe it. They said, I thought he hated all that.
Was he all about sports then, or was he into the rock and roll?
Oh, he was all about sports.
That was.
And you know, he's probably, you know, interested in the ladies, if I had to guess. And you know, if you're interested in the hot babes, Southern Gospel is probably not the place that you hope to. You know, I mean, really.
You just don't see him hanging around the backstage door, do you?
No, not much. I mean, I'm sure there's a few. You know, Rick, there's a few.
Yeah, there's a couple of meemaws and knit pants hanging around back there, but other than that,
yeah. we got a couple of our more conservative sisters, you know, hadn't had makeup on, and they get a little older and, you know, go nuts, and, you know, they were ready to get out there and see the world. And
they're the Baptist-Costals.
Yeah, sure. And
well, I'm gonna tell you,
right.
to me, the Southern Gospel, and I saw this last Saturday night, the barbershop quartet gang,
right?
Because that's quartets too, and bluegrass people have all got some hilarious followers about their groupies. I mean, when Jim Marsh talks about him playing their bluegrass bands in the audience, that's so good.
You know, the music business, it's precious.
Yeah, but
do you still like the Southern Gospel?
You sing? Oh, I love Southern Gospel. Yeah, I was hoping I'd be asked to sing at Fat Fest, but it's never happened. Of course, I didn't get to go on the Richard Petty driving experience either.
Sure.
But
gosh, you realize that Ryan Greenwood, your brother? I mean, my brother was there.
Yeah, thanks.
My cousin was there.
Yeah. I mean, you got put on the road on that one. How'd that happen?
I'm not sure.
Any bitterness?
A little bit, yeah. I'm just being honest, okay?
Yeah, well, sure. You might as well. You sang.
Actually, there's a lot of bitterness to it.
Now, how much younger are you than Ryan?
Younger? Yeah, right.
That's good.
And we've got to talk about this Miami obsession. Did it start as a young kid? Or?
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Well, so
yeah, you live with it. It ain't a comedy bit to you.
No, it's
you
not.
live with it.
See, can I tell you, Prater?
You see him, he got serious. Oh, man.
I'm glad you said that. Prater, can I tell you this? To Ryan's family, that is not funny.
Yeah, they don't find humor in it like we do.
Look, the early days of Ryan and I like hanging out and starting to play together. His dad came by my house one night, and I was going to have some fun with it, and I brought it up, and his dad got angry. He says, "It's most ridiculous," and he starts going into these speeches.
He's not even smiling.
He's like, "I tell you what, he's going to find himself by himself one day because of it," and all this kind of stuff. Hey, Prater, forecast pretty summerish for everybody?
Yeah, we're about to get back to a routine for August and should be okay.
All right, buddy. Thanks, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.
All right, guys. See you.
We'll be back more with the life inside the Greenwoods.
Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
Parent, affiliated, or related entities, agents, or employees.